guys, it's Kelly Latavola here, and I am back with the next installment of What Would Kelly Make? Today in this technique video, we are going to be talking about blending Copic families. So the stamp set that I'm working with today is called Once in a Chameleon, and this is by Your Next Stamp. And I thought with the chameleons it would be a great idea to blend them into multiple colors. So I'm using Intense Black ink by Simon Says Stamp because it is Copic safe, and I'm working on Nina 80-pound cardstock. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp those out. And then we're going to talk about how I pick my colors. So I'm going to show you kind of like a little rainbow swatch here. All of the colors that I used, I'm going to show you. They'll also be linked on the Simon Says Stamp blog. And basically the best way to pick Copic colors so that they blend together is to match their numbers. So I chose like anywhere between an 04, 05, and an 06, and most of those will blend really well together. The yellow was the only exception. I chose a Y08, and the reason that was is because the yellows are just really kind of pale, and that's probably the most difficult color blend to get. So here I'm showing you how, I'm using a V06, I'm using an RV06, and then I'm going to use an R05. And really, without even going back over them, they blend really nicely together. And it's because that number, while there is a whole lot of meanings to that, you don't need to know that as an everyday crafter to get a good blend. You just need to match those numbers. And they don't even have to be zeros necessarily. They just have to, that last number has to match. And so even without going back over them, they blend really well. Two things, though, I will tell you, you can blend colors that are not next to each other on the color wheel, but you don't want to try to blend complementary colors because they're going to make brown just like they would if you were watercoloring or using any other medium. Most of the time, those will not layer together. Here I'm going to show you this is a BB, so a blue-violet, and a yellow, and they won't blend at all, and where they do meet, it's really ugly. But this isn't a hard and fast rule, because typically you wouldn't be able to blend a violet and a yellow together, but because the V05 is more on the pink side, just by working at it a little bit, and you do have to go over it a couple of times, but those will blend together, and they'll be really, really pretty. So just kind of mess around with the colors that you do have before putting them on your project, of course. The other thing that I wanted to show you is that you can skip families. So the yellow and the orange blend really nicely into each other, but I can take a pink and blend it into the orange, even though on the color wheel, what's next to orange is a red and a yellow. The pink and the orange still work really well together. I don't need a middle color in between them. They'll blend nicely. I'm going to show you lastly why you don't want to pick anything where the numbers on the ends don't match. So the color that I'm using here is a B39 and a G05. And you can see no matter how much I'm scrubbing over that, those colors aren't going to blend because the intensity is so much different. And you could possibly put a color in between them and maybe get a okay blend, but just them themselves, same thing here with this V09 and the RV06, it's not going to happen. So this is the technique video. If you want to see how I apply this to a card, please head over to the full card video on the Simon Says Stamp blog. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.